So Caitlin Clark has got a lot of things. Caitlin Clark has done an awful lot of things positive for the WNBA. And if you agree with that, subscribe. We are trying to hit 32.8k by the end of the day. And right now we're about 80 off. She has done a lot of positive, but one person who does not think she has done any positive is Sydney Brunson. Or Cindy Brunson, sorry for mispronouncing your name right there. Cindy Brunson, she is a employee for the Phoenix Mercury. And she went on to one of the unhinged Cheryl Swoops space where I don't know what it was about. It was not about basketball. Not one word of basketball was spoken in that space. And it was supposed to have been about basketball. And not one word. And that's the thing where it's like a lot of this discussion is like not one word of basketball. It was mad. But she came in, and I'm not going to play the clip purely because I'm not entirely sure again about the well, basically, if I'm ever criticizing someone, I don't want to risk them not even being able to strike my channel, just giving them any excuse to try do it. So nothing will be played here. Nothing will be played. But what she said was, she said, like, the clip is here. You can find it on Ken Swift's Twitter. But you can see here, in the past, she was laughing at Sydney Colson, basically bullying Monica Zanano. Not cool. I've already made a video on that. Genuinely just not cool. But she basically said one point, which I don't fully agree with, but I'm not that against, where she said that, like, the WNBA didn't need saving, it just needed promotion. And you're not wrong saying that, but you can't promote someone that's going to lose. You can't promote a league. Like, promotion costs money. Like, that's why the league's going to lose more money this year, but is also going to gain more money in the future because of it. Like, promotion, advertising, all this stuff costs money. And, like, networks are not going to, and even if it's not going to directly cost them cash, promoting X over Y when Y is going to bring them more viewers is indirectly costing them money. So you finally got a player that is putting the league in a position to promote. And I fully believe that after this season, we're going to see Arike Ogunbowale being more promoted. We've seen Aja Wilson being promoted. Like, she's on the most ads I've ever seen of anybody. All these WNBA players are getting more promoted more now than they ever have before. So her people being like, it's not, they just need a promotion, the league didn't need saving, is like, you can't get promotion. Even if you don't believe Caitlin Clark saved the league, cool. If you do believe it, you might be right too. I don't really care about that. That's just semantics. But you need someone to come in that is going to generate the only color that any of these companies see is green. You need someone to come in that's going to generate the clicks, going to generate the views, and then people are going to stay, which they have, and you can then start promoting other players via that. Just because she is the catalyst for she is the catalyst for all the new promotion of the WNBA has gotten. She is the catalyst for everything, and it's just the truth. Like, there's no point lying about this. It's just the truth. But that wasn't as egregious as this. She demanded Caitlin Clark come out and say again that the trolls to basically tell the trolls to stop, which is never going to happen. They're anonymous internet trolls. It's never going to happen. And even if they're not anonymous internet trolls, real people just act like internet trolls. And then said that if Caitlin won't do it herself, it is the responsibility of the Indiana Fever organization. And by the way, this is effectively alluding to, it is on the Indiana Fever organization to apologize to Cheryl Swoops. And I'm sorry, the one person that Caitlin Clark does not need to apologize to is Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops has done nothing, and I mean nothing, but try to drag down Caitlin Clark from her days as a junior in college. She has done nothing but try to be little Caitlin Clark. And she effectively, again, because she's going to, I don't want to do an L. Duncan and misspeak by quoting facts I don't have, but she alluded to the fact that her negativity towards Clark is out of spite. And it's like, so basically she said, because of the internet trolls, she's not going to do her job and report about basketball fairly with Caitlin Clark, which is exactly what people accused her of doing. And that was my favorite part about it. It was like, she went mad at Stephen A. Smith and Nancy Lieberman for accusing her of not doing her job because of her personal biases. And while complaining about Stephen A. Smith and Nancy Lieberman accusing her of doing something, she essentially admitted to doing what they accused her of, and then still tried to say that they were the reason why she was getting hate. It's like, no, you are. You are. But at the end of the day, all the hate stops when you do this. You go to your phone. You go to your phone here. You unlock it. And you go to the X app right here. See the X app right here? Hold on to it. If you're on Android, I don't know how you do this on iPhone, but you hold on to it. You drag it all the way up to uninstall, and you uninstall. That's all you have to do. All the hate Cheryl Swoops is getting stops the second she uninstalls X. The second she uninstalls X, because she's spiraling, as in she's going more anti-Clark. Like, she's going to cost herself her job. It's as simple as that. Like, she's going to cost herself her job. But then you've got Sydney Brunson coming out and saying that it is the responsibility of not only the Caitlin Clark to repeat, to just basically anytime someone says anything negative, she has to come out on Twitter being like, stop. That's not going to stop anything. But if she won't, it is the responsibility of the Fever, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, that, how many degrees of separation are the Fever from Cheryl Swoops? So Cheryl Swoops has talked crap about their player since she was in college, and the original hate started with the "Don't Be a Cheryl" stuff from Iowa. So let's start this all with the Iowa fans wearing "Don't Be a Cheryl" t-shirt, the first main negative thing, and the Iowa social media calling Cheryl Swoops out. So you're saying the Fever are responsible for fans of the college team their player used to play for, because they're talking about a person who has gone out of their way to belittle their player because she's their player now. Like, how many degrees of separation? And the funniest thing is that if the Fever, I'm just saying this, if the Fever are responsible, according to Cindy Brunson, for effectively went all the way back to Iowa fans, if the Fever are responsible for fans of Iowa, then the Mercury are sure as hell responsible for their own employee, not fans, their own employee laughing at one of said Iowa players effectively being bullied by another WNBA player. And like, I like Sydney Colson. This is just a bad tweet. It's just an objectively bad tweet, and I like Colson. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like, the hypocrisy's crazy. The hypocrisy's crazy. And by the way, Indiana are not responsible for this. We've heard it, like, I think was it, actually, be fair, I was about to quote Rashad McCants, and I'm like, man, that guy just says crazy stuff all the time. But he was basically like, the best thing Caitlin Clark has done is said nothing. And it's like, the only thing she can do by talking is make it worse. Like, she can make it worse. Like, it's the only thing she can do by saying anything. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.